Hello, my beautiful people. I thought I would do a quick Rune Stone pull on my lunch break today because I hadn't pulled any runes. I had a very crazy weekend. Super, super crazy. It started off with a little bit of tragedy. Our 75-year-old turtle, Taylor, who'd been passed through 4 families, died, unfortunately. She lived a long life eating ham and macaroni and cheese. And, it was heartbreaking. I mean, she lived a long, good life. She was my spirit turtle. I often think if I connected with any animal, spirit animal, it would be a turtle. I don't necessarily believe turtles should be pets. We only had her because she was already domesticated and old when we took her in 19 years ago. And it was just really, heartbreaking and sad. And, it's never just about the turtle, right? It's about all the other animals that have passed and my parents and my brother and, everybody else. So, yeah, but people could be really insensitive too, right? Like people were sending me like jokes like, oh, well, you can make soup out of her. Like, seriously, would I say that about your dog or your cat? I mean, come on now. Like, really? Like when it first happened, it was like crazy because I had a hiker here who was high energy. It was like a crazy moment. I had to go pick up my son. The people where my son works, they don't really know me. So, they were making jokes, but they didn't really offend me because they don't know me and, they don't know, how I view the world or anything. But it was like people who do know me who were making these comments. And I'm like, really? Really? But yesterday I was on the water. I went kayaking, which I love hiking. That's a big part of my life. But water is the bigger part of my life. And if I can be in, on, or near water, I am good to go. So it was a magical day on the water and very restorative, very much needed. So let that be a lesson. Do the things that restore your soul. So I can't find my runestone, so let me go find them real quick and I'll be right back. So I'm sitting all wonky because the windows are behind me and I'm working downstairs today and it is so blinding the light that comes in. So let's get a stone. We'll do 3 Norns and a message from Spirit for our highest good and our best energy. So what is our present energy? Okay, we have Iwaz. And what brought us to this energy? Othala. And where are we headed? Isa. All right, so let me take a hot minute to think about these stones and I will be right back. So Iwaz literally means balance, right? And so a few of the runestone readings that I've been doing the last few days have been about balance. And with it, with the loss of Taylor and then, balancing it with, sort of taking just some time for myself and going out into nature, I kind of feel more balanced today. And you get that knowledge of having the balance, through the gifts that we see through Othala, right? There would have been a time in my life where I would have just kind of, went on a cycle of just I always say this, and it is absolutely the truth. I can drown in the depths of my own soul, and I have to pull myself out. And there was a time in my life where I couldn't do that by myself. I would have to hit a rock bottom in order to realize, oh crap, I should balance myself out. And I'm, much more attuned to knowing how to do that now. Certainly not perfect, but definitely, working on it. But there is there's always a risk that we're going to get stuck in some kind of energy, right? So we're going to get stuck in the sadness, which is really probably a warning to me to not get stuck in sadness, because like I said, the turtle isn't the only thing, right? It's the reminder of, the kingdom. That's the sign for kingdom, right? The kingdom of things that have gone in my life. And I often think I really only have my brother left, my family's all gone. So, in my kingdom, my earthly kingdom, they're all gone. So I can get stuck in that energy. I'm even a little bit stuck in it now. Like I'm balanced, but I'm like teetering on the balance, and I can get stuck in that sadness. So just a reminder, I think, from Spirit, not to wallow in the sadness. Taylor had a long, good life, And certainly I miss her because I was the one who took care of her, and nagged other people in this house to do their job according, for her terrarium. But I was the one who talked to her every day, and I was the one who would sing with her and take her outside to play and whatnot. But it's more than just about Taylor. It's about losing something. Anyway, let's get a card just to see if there's any more messages from Spirit for us. 3 passes. We'll see what else comes out. So, just a warning from Spirit to, to maintain that balance. It's kind of like I was a diver, and I wasn't a gymnast, but I'm infinitely interested in gymnastics because you do a little bit of gymnastics when you're a diver. You don't do like long layouts, but you practice on the ground, and you have to have balance in order to do that. And one slight move and you're off balance. So, and I think that's a warning from Spirit to just not drown in my own depths, really. And we have the Morgan, which in this Oracle card deck is sometimes symbolizes death, but it also just symbolizes power, courage, and strength. Like, be strong. Like, don't go down the dark side. Be appreciative. Be thankful for all the gifts that you do have and all the relationships you still have. No, I don't have a lot of family left. All of my family is gone, except my brother and his family. But, I have other people in my life who bring me joy and love and light. All right, let's check out Earth Wisdom and see if there's any messages in here. So, be courageous, right? Oh, I should shuffle. Hot mess I am today. My energy's weird today, too, I will say. Like, I feel balanced, but I do feel like I'm 2 steps away from just bursting in tears, which I think is what Spirit's warning me about. Pass 1. Pass 2. And pass 3. Okay, came out as Divine Love. She's kind of like sitting in the grass, and, she just feels, protected, like you're protected. And it's okay to be sad. It's okay to feel lonely. It's okay to feel those things. You just don't want to fall into the ice of being trapped in that sad energy. And the way you get untrapped is by being grateful for the things that you have. All right, we're going to pick one of the tree cards, because I like them. And we'll see what Spirit has to say. Whichever card comes out first will be the card that we take. These are a little harder to shuffle. There are more of them, and they're beautiful and stiff. I'll ask Spirit for a card, and then I might have to look up the meaning, because I don't read tarot. Okay, we have 2 that popped out. We have King of Wands and Page of Wands. King of Wands and Page of Wands. I'm going to go look at the book and see what these mean, and I will be right back. What's interesting, these cards are both about creativity and power and passion. The Page of Wands is a youthful, and King of Wands is like, has come into the power of creativity, passion, justice, courage, balance. And so it made me think of balance, because you have the young and the old here, and sort of like maintaining, a balance, like it's a journey. Like, this is a journey. And since I know that I can I can wallow in sadness, because, I think too much about, and I feel too deeply about the world around me, I need to balance and realize it's a process, and that I learn, I'm learning this through this lifetime, to balance my emotions and to not fall into sadness, depression, loneliness, despair, all the things that I will typically go to when I'm out of sorts. So, I do have new cards that I got, I'm always getting new cards. These were on Etsy. I will link the shop below, but they are Bridget cards. So we'll see if St. Bridget has any advice for us. These are oracle cards. They're so cute. They're tiny. They're made by a lady. I like to support Etsy artists, so see if we have any messages from St. Bridget. We'll take the first card that comes out. Okay. First card that came out was Danu for Sacred in the Mundane. The goddess Bridget is a daughter of the mother goddess Danu, from whom the ancient Tuatha are named. Dan supports her people through the sacred nourishment of the earth. She reminds her people that the divine exists in all things. Perhaps your life is filled with mundane routine, and you feel out of touch with the sacred. Today, invite the divine. Give reverence and gratitude as you move through your day, creating sacred in the mundane. You are all divine, all is sacred. So, again, like your faults are also your gifts, right? Your challenges are your gifts, so you can learn from them. And, one of my gifts is this wealth of and passion I have for the, to be kind and to live a life of light and love. But I also, like, my personal pathway, my personal walk through this life, is peppered with, what are my shadows, which, one of them is just this deep feeling, like these deep feelings that I have that sometimes cause me to become stuck because I can't get out of the energy. And so I've over the course of my lifetime have figured out better and better ways. But it's just a reminder from spirit that I'm still becoming, right? So I am wishing you all the very best in light and love. Have a great day, and I will see you soon. Be well. Bye-bye.